We're going to have Ahwatna come up on stage. Thank you very much. How are you? Thank you so much. This is Sophia, guys, for those of you who don't know her, but I'll give her the platform to introduce herself.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sophia Finn. I don't think anyone here knows me, so nice to meet everyone. My grandmother is from Tigray, and I do speak Tigrinya, just in case anyone was wondering.
That's more than a lot of us can say here. Let me just say that much.
Yeah, so I'm a volunteer with Ahwatna. We for almost a year now. I live in the Maryland area, and Melat, who's the founder of the organization, is in Ohio, so she asked me to come represent Ahwatna tonight.
And we appreciate that so much, so thank you very much. If you could just tell us when Ahwatna was founded, the reason for it, and how it started.
Sure. I mean, I wasn't a part of it when it first started. I do have a little story of how I did get involved. I don't know if you want me to share that.
Absolutely.
I can go ahead. Okay, so when the war first started, we weren't getting any news. And then, like around February, March, we started getting a lot of news about the rapes that were happening and stuff. So I went through a really, really hard phase where, I kind of had this breakdown, and it was really, it was hard. But from that, I was just like, I have to do something. And I didn't know what that something was. I wanted to join the UN and go into, thank you. And go into Sudan. I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I was, looking all over the different websites, and I was like, okay, that's probably not realistic. So then one day I was going through Twitter, and I found Ahwatna post, and it's one of these pictures. I'll show you. It's that picture at the bottom with the mattresses, and on the caption, it said that they had bought, I think, like 50 mattresses for pregnant IDPs in Mekelle, and at that moment, it just touched my heart, and I was like, I have to do something with this organization. So they had a post on Instagram. I went and I stalked them on Instagram, and I sent Melat a message. I was like, I have to do something. So she added me to their WhatsApp group that they had. And then, so I've been part of that since then. So I don't know what I would have done the last 12 months if I wasn't part of this, because it's allowed me to, a community, right? Like, we are all family now, and it's been amazing for me. But
I think that's like the highlight within our advocacy, as tough as it is and as draining as it may become, seeing as though it's been 16 months in it. I think the little light at the end of the tunnel is the family, the camaraderie that we've been able to gain within our advocacy. But as we have behind us, who are we? So who is Ahwatna, if you can?
Yeah, so it is a nonprofit organization. It's ran by all females, so it's really awesome. And when they started the organization, they were touched by what was happening with the women in Tigray, and they really, really wanted to support them. And most of the members are college-age young women, and I am so impressed by them because I am older than them, and I'm like, wow, that's amazing. And if they can do it, and they're just beautiful people. So I love being part of that organization, but we've done quite a bit. Our mission is to help any way we can, provide medical supplies, sanitary supplies for women, rape kits, medication, food, anything that people of Tigray need to support the victims of the war, as well as IDPs that are displaced from their homes. I think on the next slide. Yeah, so we've been able to help a lot of different cities. So mainly, most people come from Mekelle, and they have contacts in Mekelle. One of the areas where I was able to support is in Adwa. My family's from Adwa, so I had a lot of contacts there, so we were able to support that. And then we're a completely global organization. Like I said, I'm in Maryland, but we have Canadians and people obviously in Ethiopia and Tigray, and then I think there were some Australians and just everywhere and all over the United States. So we were all able to come together and support different initiatives and projects.
So in the beginning, before figuring out a way to get all of these supplies to the necessary needed people. Was it I know now, especially since the siege has been imposed and the blockade has been happening for over 6 months now, and was it just as hard in the beginning, or did it get harder throughout the escalation of the conflict?
Yeah, I think it got harder. At one point, and I don't remember the timeline, but our contacts in Addis Ababa, they had to drop out of WhatsApp because of the fear that they were going to, be found out. So we lost that contact completely. And then I think it was after May when we had complete communication blackout. So, and all the banks closing, it's just been really, really tough. So I want to say for the last 6 months, 8 months, we've had to be really, really creative to help people and to get,
In what ways?
aid. So one example, the contact that I have knows another person who we can send, monetary funds to that will give him supplies within Tigray. So we've just been creative in that way. I know one of the projects that we have done is a gardening project also, which
I saw the pictures from that most recently. I saw them blooming too, right?
So, I mean, I think that is incredible because, again, that's going to help it generates a value long term. So it's not that we're just giving food that's going to end in a week or so, and then we have to figure out, well, how are we going to get more food or more money to buy more food? If they're able to grow it themselves and be self-sustaining, I think that's ideal, and that's what our goal is in the end.
That's amazing. Well, what is the future for Ahwatna? What do you guys have coming up?
So one of the things is to become a legally registered organization. We are not that yet. Unfortunately, the process is long and it's complicated, and we're just working through it. And we all have other things, so we do this as part of our additional, volunteering. So that's one big part for us. And then just to continue, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No problem. I just want to know how that would change the impact that you have on your help and your humanitarian.
I think it helps from a fundraising perspective because there's legal implications. People will trust you more. They will donate more. They will. They also get tax benefits. So, when people donate, they can write that off in their taxes. So all those things, I think, matter.
Legality.
Especially, well, especially for people maybe who don't know who we are. It's a lot easier to donate to an organization that at least someone's looking over, right? So, so I think that'll be a big part of it. Another, a lot of it is just continuing to do what we're doing. Hopefully, though, when things, we're praying things open up, because that's really the best way that we'll be able to engage and to get supplies in. It's hard when there's already limited supplies. So, what do you give and what do you do? So that's really tough. And then, we were doing care packages. Some upcoming projects would be care packages. Some of those is clothing. There's sanitary products for women. And then any medical supplies that we can get through in there. And then the gardening project I mentioned. And then this one is a newer one, the creating job opportunities for women in Tigray. So I'm not sure where we are with that, but I think that is sort of a future initiative that we definitely want to focus on, because, again, that's so critical.
So crucial. I think that's really something a lot of different nonprofits should really focus on, because at the end of the day, the help is great. It's necessary. But if it can't last and self-sustain, then what is the point, really? Have you guys been able to see the fruits of your labor? Have you guys gotten any feedback or from the people that have received the aid?
Yeah, so some of these pictures, but we did. So we bought some school supplies for the school in Adwa, and we received video.
Ahwatna from the USA donors, thank you for the stationery, for the teaching materials, toner, paper, toner for the photocopy, eraser, chalk, marker, everything. Thank you on the behalf of the teachers and the Moscow College.
يعلمنا أحواتنا نزقوركم من حجز نمهر حجز بكله نفتح بيرو ورقات ينجي بكله يعلمنا يكننا
the kids were so happy, and I mean, it's just so heartwarming to see them, you know, playing and being able to have some sort of routine and normalcy back in their lives, because they're still in IDP centers. Like, people are not back home, they're not enjoying their lives, they're just, you know, hundreds and thousands of people just in just awful situations. So that's been really nice to just see them have that sense of routine. And then we were also able to buy cows for Fasika last year, and for Eid as well. And we got pictures back from that with the kids just enjoying, everyone really happy to have actual food. So yeah, that's been amazing feedback. So that, you know, we appreciate that.
And it's just fuel for the motivation to keep going as well. I can only imagine.
Exactly.
Again, thank you so much for joining us on this platform. If you guys have, again, any questions for her, that'd be great. And I would love for you to tell them and how they can be involved and where they can find you guys to lead a helping hand. But I do see a question. He said, are you guys active in Sudan currently?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't think so, but if you have a connection, and we could be, yeah, I mean, we're not against it for sure, but it's just a matter of having the right contacts. But yeah, no, not that I know of.
Thank you. Yes?
So it's both. It's whomever we can partner with. So the organization in Adwa is actually an official organization, and then I know in Magale, I'm not too familiar with them, but I know we've partnered with Eider Hospital, and I think Lola Orphanage, I think it is. Yeah, so definitely, you know, if we can partner with an organization, yes, but if it's an individual, that's okay too, as long as we know we're getting the help to the people that need it. Yeah, it's a good question.
Very good question. As long as the source is reliable, I think whatever works. Yeah,
absolutely. And we've been really lucky. Like, I know when you donate, you don't know where your money is going to, and you're really just being very kind to do that. But we've been so lucky to be able to get the money and supplies to the people that actually need it. So that's been really positive.
Amazing. Any more questions for her? Anybody? No. All right. Thank you guys so much. Where can they? Yep.
Yeah, so the website is right there, ahwatnarelief.org. We're also active on Instagram and on Twitter, and you know, you can contact me anytime. I'm also on Twitter, and of course Malat is always available too, and I think most of you probably know her. But yeah, please reach out.
Again, we're all family in this with this. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. We have Macon Jetta, Not War, in the building with us as well.